Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing some more Ren, following up on his last video, which brought me to tears for sure. And it looks like this is sort of a continuation of that saga. For Joe is the name of the song. So his friend that unfortunately took his own life, and for whom Ren feels like he could have been there for more. Looks like there's a bit of a description here. First of all, like the video, subscribe to Ren. After Joe died, the visits I paid to North Wales were fleeting. By somewhere new, I could be someone new. By being somewhere new, I could be someone new. So he went to Brighton and started a new chapter of his life. And it looks like he has made a difficult journey home to raise £21,000 for RNLI. I'm assuming, yeah, so they pay aides for distress. They continued the search efforts for the following week until hope dwindled. They owed us nothing, they gave us everything. So it looks like he paid a visit to Joe and Mom, Joe's dad and Mom. In the end, we sat in silence, sobbing. Music is far more than music. It's a channel of communication for the things that are impossible to say. It's a bridge between the living and dead. Music is the closest thing to God I know. I'm so grateful to do anything I can to tap into this mystic force. It's going to be quite the reaction. No, I hesitate to even say reaction. It's just going to be quite the song, and I'll sit here and try to absorb as much as I can, and we'll see what happens. But thank you again, Ren, for everything you do. I thank you in every video now because you're truly someone that's on the scene for the right reasons. And I think you're bringing a lot of hope to people's lives. And I salute you for that. So let's get right into it. Go subscribe to Ren. Yeah.
It's hard to take off from the ground when your wings are cut. Your stomach burns when you're drinking from an empty cup. You know the entire ocean came from my tear ducts. I see the world through Fibonacci sequences and double Dutch. I guess there's some that's born lucky, there's some that's not. I tried to cut away my bitterness, hatchet job. I locked my youth inside the trunk, inside the pickup truck, then dumped that whole thing over that same bridge the night you jumped. I think about that sometimes, vividly. What it felt like to look down and see tranquility. One sudden movement in a world of possibility. Only one movement to expose our fragility. I fucking miss you, and I miss myself. I miss thinking we were indestructible as hell. I miss chilling by the pier cave and kicking back with Callum, Hugo, Justin, Sega, Stevie and the fucking lads. I miss missing that. I numb myself to close the gap. I never even call them up. Distance is my plaster cast to tell the truth. The day you jumped, my childhood jumped too. But I still can't find the anger. All I find is missing you, man, I miss you. With all my rhymes, I picture running 5 minutes quicker, I'm right on time. I picture pulling you back over the edge and then we're crying, and holding you, my brother, and telling you that it's fine. Not the way that it worked, I was late like a jerk. There's not a day where I can find a way to break from the hurt. Your body missing, so we never got to wave to the hearse. I hope you're listening, I love you, man, I miss you, absurd, fuck. another domino it falls. Across the way another's born. How you're supposed to raise a child and give it courage from a storm. In a world that is confusing, contradictions pave our flaws. Some will say we're only human, others judge us for our flaws. Some get born in sheets of satin, some get by in tattered clothes. Some will die before they live, that's just how the story goes. But for those of us still with us, who reside inside our hearts, tell them proudly how you feel. And for those of us who aren't, freckled angels stand strong, freckled angels live on.
I want to go back here for a second here. Just one pause for the whole video here. But that mystical beginning with this night sky and this beautiful setting here, the end of Suicide, the song Ren released a couple weeks ago, that ending there is the beginning to this song. And that moved me so much. And I guess the foundation of that song is that Ren was too late to the scene, and he found Joe had jumped off a bridge and they couldn't find his body, and that was the end of that. And now we're here in this new interlude of this song for Joe, in which he's talking about, you know, whether you're born in sheets of silk or satin or essentially rags, we're all human at the end of the day, and we all have human characteristics and properties that make us mortals, right? And it's so important to be cognizant of the people in our lives that are prone to ailments, prone to situations where they let their minds take over, and block out the positive areas of their life, right? So again, I said last video, but if there's anyone in your life that you haven't talked to in a while, or you know is struggling, or even better, that you don't think is struggling, but you haven't talked to in a while, those are the people I try to think about. You know, a lot of people, you know, you don't know that they're going through some turmoil until something happens, right? And so the charity that he's donated to here, not charity, but I guess the efforts to first respond and find bodies is such an important one to give back to. Thank you, Ren, for doing a fundraiser. I'll get right back into this now, but just wanted to say that.
Human, others judge us for our flaws. Some get born in sheets of satin, some get by in tattered clothes. Some will die before they live, that's just how the story goes. But for those of us still with us, who reside inside our hearts, tell them proudly how you feel. And for those of us who aren't, freckled angels stand strong, freckled angels live on, freckled angels climb higher, freckled angels still inspire, freckled angels won't forget you, teach me to live my life better. 13 years and still I miss you, now my wings are missing feather, otherwise I'd come and join you. But for now I'm here on earth, stuck inside this mortal body, but for everything it's worth. Made me braver, made me wiser, made me stronger, made me true, made me face the world with courage, and that's all because of you. Freckled angels laugh the hardest, and their hearts, they are the largest. With their wings, they fly the farthest. So I know you're gonna be okay. Freckled angels live the longest, and their minds, they are the strongest. Oh, their friends, they are the fondest. So I know you're gonna be okay.
Freckled angels, I'm assuming is Joe. Can't imagine what that was like playing this for Ren's parents. What a tribute to your friend 13 years later, right? Someone that dwells in your mind day to day. An inescapable truth, right? He's so poignant. Every single time I listen to this man, it's very clear to me that he has an ember burning in him that's so fucking strong, and it guides him to make music that can assist us, people around the world, who may be happy, but also may have days where they're deeply unhappy, right? And again, that kind of goes back to being human, but I think what he's doing for the music scene is like sort of tapping on the fourth wall and saying, hey, I think it's important that we talk about these serious topics, right? And other artists have done this, but this is central in Ren's sort of philosophy with music, and I love it. I love it. Thank you to everyone that let me know this was coming out. Thank you, Ren. I hope you see this. And yeah, make sure to talk to those around you who you really care about, okay? Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next